Hello, everyone. It's Zara Altair with Actation Now, and this is the Midweek Zap. And thank you, loyal Zapters, for being here with us because we're going to have a very, very interesting conversation today with Vivek. And Vivek, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself for those who don't know you?
Namaste. My name is Vivekananda. People call me Vivek. I am named after a saint, Swami Vivekananda, because I was born around this saint's birth centenary, and that's his image. One of the things is arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. He was a spiritual leader. He visited Chicago, USA, when he was alive in those days. Yeah, he was quite popular even in United States. Together with his guru, he built a worldwide spiritual organization called as Ramakrishna Mission. Most of you find it hard to pronounce my name, so here is a clue.
Thank you, Vivek.
William Rock, this is for you.
Right, William.
As you wake up from your sleep, you say, we wake.
We wake. So I wanted to start off today just touching on New Year's resolutions and why they don't work for a lot of people, you know, especially in our Western culture, which you straddle with finesse, I must say. In our Western culture, a lot of people make New Year's resolutions on New Year's Day, and they're going to implement them, and then, you know, come March, you know, things start falling by the wayside. And we had a long conversation the other day about this, but if you want to talk about internal values and external shoulds, as it were.
Yeah, as such, I actually believe in living a simple life. I believe in thinking differently, and yeah, I'm actually proud to be sharing my belief with Steve Jobs and Leonardo da Vinci, who said simplicity is the ultimate in sophistication. Probably that is the only belief I have. There are no other beliefs. I'll come to that later, but beliefs is one thing I would be talking about. Here's my simple way usually. Avoid the cowboys, work with the Indian, let the Indian handle technology, and you live an integrated, simple life. Maybe you have lots of projects and you are struggling to find someone who can integrate and simplify. Contact me through my Google Plus page, and together let us integrate and simplify life.
Okay, and with the resolutions, we were talking about the difference between something that's perceived as a should. So, and in the marketing world, the business world, oftentimes that's because someone who is perceived as an expert recommends that you take certain actions, or you do things a certain way, or you create content a certain way. And so people who look at perceived leaders go, this is what I should do. So I'm making a resolution that this year I'm going to create my content this way. And then It doesn't work. So what I perceive as happening is that is an external value. It's something that's coming from another place. It's not inside of yourself. And so there's no resonance, it isn't connected to your mindfulness of daily activities and being present in the moment. And so people get confused. So I like to think of, in my Western perspective, Vivek, looking inside myself and looking at the strengths I have and looking at how my strengths provide solutions for my clients, rather than this is the way you should do it. Would that be in alignment with what you have to say?
Yes, beliefs is one of the things. That was one of the reasons why I said the only belief I have is simplicity is the ultimate in sophistication. No other belief. But yeah, meditation is one which gives me balance, and that allows me to connect with whatever else. So I would be talking about meditation, spirituality, and how it relates to human potential.
Okay, so let's go through what you have to say.
Yeah, I have created a little presentation for those of you who know me. Sorry, there is no story today, and definitely no Star Trek. Sorry about that, but as I first address the question, why meditate? You may be very busy trying to keep up with life, but that's also known as rat race, isn't it? Many surveys state that most employees, and some say 90%, don't get any satisfaction out of their jobs. As business owners, are we any different? Are we any better? And here's something that I find a bit strange. Apparently, Western world, it's coming to you, Zara, Western world considers stress to be inevitable part of life. There are many courses which claim to teach you how to manage stress. But in my view, this is my view, we would rather manage what we hold precious, isn't it? We love our lives, so we want to manage our lives. We love our business, so we want to manage it. We love money, so we want to manage money. But I'm unable to understand the logic behind anyone wishing to manage stress.
I've always wondered about that phrase, and it's actually a medical phrase. It's used in the medical world, manage stress.
Here's a question for you. Are you sure all the problems are external? My thinking is they are not. Many of them are created by us. And compared to about 50 years ago, wouldn't you say that humanity has made a lot of progress? We all seem to be driving around in cars which have power of hundreds of horses, which wasn't possible even for royalty before. We are able to communicate with people anywhere on this planet. For example, I'm talking to you, separated by 8 time zones. So, question is, so why is it that huge portion of the population, especially in the developed world, depend so much on antidepressants and alcohol. In my opinion, this is a clear indication that unhappiness is due to internal reasons and not external reasons. But then you may have an even more provocative question. Isn't spirituality nothing but religious mumbo jumbo? Worse still, you may not be sure whether spirituality is allowed in your religion at all. That could actually be worse if you think that it's not allowed. If you think. But the answer is spirituality has nothing to do with religion. Simply put, spirituality is total self-awareness. I am an engineer by education and experience. I consider myself to be an applied scientist. But science as we know it today is unable to fully explain life. Spirituality is an attempt to understand this life force and use this life force energy to achieve a fuller life. Now, please note that I use the word attempt. But let me come back to that later on. Just remember that I said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a comment from Lee Rickler.
Mm-hmm.
It says, stress can be a good thing. It can release natural chemicals, enabling us to focus clearer, for example.
Mm-hmm.
The trick is to know when and how to control it naturally. So are you going to address that?
I actually I disagree with that. Stress will make your the part of the brain which is related to survival, that gets activated, and everything that you do after that is for the survival, nothing else. Stress releases those things, so all the hormones and all that. So I would say in the short term you might see or you might perceive that increased stress will give higher productivity. Yes, but that's how that's why you get all these depression and all these things, because when those adrenaline and all those things are going through the body, the body has no time to actually do the things that it needs to do. So that's in my view, that's a major problem. You shouldn't do that. But
I think related to that, I wanted to tell my parking lot story about being in the present moment, and that being in the present moment has a lot to do with decreasing stress. Amazing as that may seem, but so I was talking with Vivek earlier, and a couple of months ago I had to run an errand, and I got to the parking lot, and as I turned off the engine and was getting ready to get out to go run my errand, I was not thinking about where I was. I was thinking about, as soon as I finish here, I've got to get home and I've got to finish my blog post. And I opened the door to get out and run out and do my errand, and I opened the door. I have a big, Volvo, heavy doors, and it went boom right into the car next to me. And not only that, there was someone in the car, this poor fellow, and he was so stressed, and he got out of his car and he's checking everything, and fortunately it just made a big noise. It did not make any scratches or anything, but as this was going on, I was thinking, this is such a great illustration of how not being in the present moment, which at that point in time was actually me getting out of the car.
Yeah.
Something that simple, but I wasn't there. I wasn't getting out of the car. I was racing home to get home to finish my blog post. And so there are ways that being outside of the present moment and not being aware of what is all around us in that present moment, it can lead to things not going well. That's just a tiny example, but I wanted to share that because I think it really illustrates how simple it is to get out of the present moment, and that the more we stay in the moment, the right here, the right now, the smoother things proceed, even if it seems like there are obstacles. Okay, I just wanted to interrupt with that. Okay, go ahead, Vivek.
I was saying science as we know today is unable to fully explain life, and spirituality is an attempt to understand the life force and use it to achieve a fuller life. Let me share an important aspect of Indian spirituality, culture, etc. Be warned, however, that what I'm going to say now may surprise many of you. Yes, that is right. Indians don't believe in anything. We know that there are billions of galaxies out there, and we know that Earth is but a micro mini speck. To explain this great energy, power, or force, we created God. That is right. We Indians know that we created God. We have millions of gods, and we can create our own God as and when we want. Zara, you had a comment?
I have several because I have people that are agreeing with you. So Roland Takaoka, sorry Roland, our only real power is in the now. And Deborah Rock, hi Deborah, so glad you could join us. It is so important to live in the now. When we lose focus on what is around us, that is when we lose control of our lives and the outside elements take control. Good way of putting it. And then Lon McClure says, occasional stress can focus you and save your life. Constant stress erodes you. And Lon, I'd love to hear you give an example of an occasional stress. And then Sean Dulainne, Sean, tell me if I said that correctly, says, hi, my grandmom always says, it's not stress that destroys us, it is our reaction to it. We are human. Some, quote, coping takeaways, please. So I know, Vivek, you're going to get to those coping takeaways in a little while. Anyway, I just wanted you to know that a lot of people are on board with you.
As I was saying, we Indians know that we created God, and so we have millions of gods, and we can create our own God as and when we want. And it is for this reason that Hinduism is not considered to be a religion. It may surprise you, but because by dictionary definition, religion is a body of persons adhering to a particular set of beliefs and practices. So if there are 33 million gods, then Hinduism must be a collection of 33 million religions. So Indians consider Hinduism as a way of life, not as a religion as such. There is a spiritual organization called as Isha Foundation, and that is a link to their website. It was founded by this gentleman known as Sadhguru. Sadhguru means good guru. He offers inner engineering programs as a vehicle for transformation to over 5 million people around the world. He spearheaded a project called as Green Hands and led thousands of people planting millions of trees, restoring green cover in a southern state in India. He has given several talks all over the world. It was Sadhguru who stated Indians are non-believers. He is a very articulate speaker, speaking in crystal clear English, often I would say better than mine, but there are a couple of YouTube links of his talks already posted in the event page. I encourage our viewers to watch them later on. Sadhguru has devised a method for meditation to attain balance in our lives. When you have balance, you can live life to the fullest. When you have stress, that cannot happen. So that's the reason why I don't agree with stress being useful. His method of meditation is called as Isha Kriya. This is a 3-stage process, beginning with sitting down properly. Sit down facing east, cross-legged, with your spine comfortably erect. I think the reason he says you need to face east, it's to do with the rotation of Earth, our blood being filled with hemoglobin, which is iron, and the Earth's magnetic force and all that. So there's a lot of scientific basis for all of that. Then keep your hands on your thighs, your palms facing up, with your face slightly upturned, eyes closed. Keep a mild focus between your eyebrows. This is why you should close your eyes and then focus your closed eyes between your eyebrows. Then the stage 1 is you inhale and exhale gently, slowly. With each inhalation, mentally say to yourself, I am not the body. The inhalation should last the whole duration of that thought. With each exhalation, mentally say to yourself, I am not even the mind. The exhalation should last for the whole duration of that thought, and repeat this for 7 to 11 minutes. Stage 2 is you continue sitting in the same position. You utter a long ah sound. The sound should come from just below the navel. Volume of your voice is not important, but it should be loud enough for you to feel the vibration. Utter the long ah sound 7 times, exhaling fully into each sound. Continue to sit for 5 to 6 minutes as you are, and then total time for this entire practice is between 12 to 18 minutes. You can sit longer if you want. But now let me tell you about the meditation method that I follow. I had bought a CD when I had been to India. This CD has a group of people continuously chanting in a rhythmic way the word Om. Now here's the method. Sit in the same posture as I explained before, cross-legged with face slightly tilted up, etc. Take a deep breath. through the nose, but make sure it is a deep breath. Hold for 1 or 2 seconds. Now, rather than simply breathing out through the nose, you open mouth and say a very long Om. You need to elongate the O sound as much as possible till you run out of breath. As you run out of breath, you close your mouth with the M sound. Hold 1 or 2 seconds, take a deep breath in through the nose, and that's one cycle. Let me now show you the breathing and sound part to you. Actually, due to copyright issues, I shall try not to play the CD loudly, but play it on my mobile phone, which is what I do always. But I attach headphones and listen to it. But right now what I'll do is I play it on the mobile phone, which I've kept it a bit away, so you won't hear it, but I would be doing the breathing in and so on. That is 3 cycles, and I keep repeating the cycle again and again. The sound Om is actually a combination of 3 fundamental sounds that humans can make without using the tongue. It doesn't really have any religious significance as such. And anyway, as I said, Hinduism is not really a religion. So it's a combination of A, O, and M sounds. So combination of the 3 sounds. The CD goes on for about 45 minutes. The CD helps me to keep in sync with the group of people. It tells me how long I should say the word Om, how deep I should breathe in, and so on. And when I'm in sync with the group in the CD, I know I'm following the recommended pattern.
Oh, that's good to know. It's like a technique. We're having some responses also from people in the audience, so I wanted to bring some of them up. Deborah Rock, when someone meditates with their eyes open, they become ADD. They focus on everything else but relaxing. Closing one's eyes allows their thoughts to slow and close out the outside world. Then we can find that inner key and start a personal journey of meditation. Thank you, Deborah. That's very lovely.
Yeah, in addition to what I completely agree with Deborah. In addition to what she said, there is talk which I have the link I have put in the event stream already. Often people think that meditation means you need to empty your mind. Should not think of anything, and it's a wrong wrong thing. You cannot empty your mind. The only thing you can do is not remain attached to any thought that comes into your mind. Don't react to any thought, because in one of the YouTube videos I saw, he explains that somebody thinks that I shouldn't be thinking, and when he's actually thinking that he shouldn't be thinking, and then he says,
right, and then that in and of itself creates stress. And then I went to
not able to keep my mind empty. Oh,
yeah.
that adds more stress than what. So let the thoughts come, but don't attach yourself to that thought, and don't dwell on the same thought for too long. But anyway, the meditation I explained, it has 3 advantages. You would be meditating, that's the first one. Second one is you are controlling your breathing to a healthy pattern. The third one is, and it's the most surprising side effect, you will find that you'll have a voice which comes from well within yourself, which means your voice would carry a built-in authority. There is a TED Talk by Mr. Julian Treasure. He talked about how to speak so that people want to listen. In this talk, he gives examples of voice control and so on. So I shall put the link to that in the event stream later on.
Great, thank you very much. I have
you had a comment?
Yeah, I do. I have, whoops, everything leaped around again. Here we go. Because Lon McClure is getting back to us. He says, occasional stress refers to the momentary fight or flight moments we all experience that release those hormones that allow us to escape or survive. And I have to say I had a little bit of that flow when I opened that car door and heard it clunk on my neighbor's vehicle. Constant stress triggers the same chemicals all in smaller doses over time and is damaging to physical and mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Lon.
I agree with him completely, yes. But what I have seen in practice is many people believe that the stress produces more results. And so let's put our people who are working for us under stress, let's put pressure on them. Let's get them going.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would get going. They would also probably get going out of your company as well.
and out of their inner presence as well. I think you know, when you're prodding people, that doesn't work very well. I have a couple of other follow-up comments. One is from Elena Bellometti. Ciao, Elena. Through meditation, we can lose anger, stress, and negative thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And then also very important, Sheila Hensley says, thanks for the video links, Vivek, most helpful. So
thank you.
Call attention to everyone that Vivek has already posted some videos for people who want to pursue this further, and that he is also going to be posting at least one more. So thank you so much for that. We're coming to the end of our time, Vivek, and I wanted to spend our last few minutes talking about the impact of meditation on our business, how that relates to our business.
I would say I have not been doing meditation since my childhood. I started meditation while I was in my university days. But I see that I am able to achieve quite a lot more. And in one sense, that puts me in a kind of strange situation, if you can see what I mean. My bosses often feel threatened because I can achieve a lot more than they can. I can do lots of different things, and being good at each of them, which they find can't. So does that answer your question?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, we have people are really chiming in now. Roland is back, Roland Takaoka. Exactly. The stress comes from resistance and attachment, as Vivek says.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you. And thank you for joining us today, Roland. And then, whoops. I'm so sorry. Let's see if I can fix this. Yes. Miss Lynn. Hi, Miss. Thanks for joining us. Nice to hear that Indians do not believe in anything, Vivek, and that we made up the idea of God. This makes perfect, simple sense to me, and it's nice to hear this expressed. Thank you. And then Sheila Hensley says, wow, that relaxed me. Vivek, nice demonstration. So, yes, thank you very much for walking us through the whole demonstration. That was very clear and very helpful. So, oh my goodness, our time is just about up. So, I want to thank the fabulous Zapster audience. I couldn't even get to all of your comments, so thank you so much for joining in today. And of course, you can always get, if you really want to know more, you can always get in touch with Vivek personally. If you want to talk about this more, and make sure that you watch the videos that he has in the stream. Vivek, you have some parting thoughts for us before we leave?
I have been meditating every day, and that has made quite a lot of difference for my thinking. So my parting thought would be meditate and make a beginning. And I have heard people say that when they try to meditate, they are unable to sit for 10 minutes in one place and all that. And but the point is, you should start the process and be at it. Try. And as you try, you will find you can stay still. You can keep your mind stress free and all that. So, and yeah, my closing comments as usual would be integrate, simplify life.
I wanted to add one comment to what you just said, and because I try to keep the word try out of my working vocabulary, because it's an attempt. So for me, I would personally replace try with do, because the more you actually physically practice,
Yeah.
the more attuned your body and your mind become. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much, Vivek. That was a really wonderful walkthrough. I love your demonstration and your walkthrough and the actual physical steps incorporated in the meditation practice. It was a very, very clear explanation, and we could go on about the effects, the benefits on our bodies, our minds, and our business, but oh look, Molly Youngblood Geiger, I want to bring up one more thing here. Words of wisdom, Vivek.
Actually, well, yeah, at the risk of sounding a bit arrogant, which I shouldn't, my Vivek actually means wisdom.
Ah, well, I didn't know that. All right. Well, thank you, Rick, and thank you, everyone, all the fantastic Zapsters. Thank you for being here, and we're on our
Thank you for giving me this chance to come on your show, and hopefully I have made some difference to some people, and hopefully I have been useful.
And this is the power of Hangouts on Air, because the original concept of having you here came from another Midweek Zap and William Rock saying, we need to get Vivek on the Midweek Zap. So here we are. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you again, Vivek, and we'll see you next week. Ciao.